How can we handle financial challenges and conflicts in our marriage?
Money is cited as one of the most frequent causes of arguments among couples. This is because money is not simply notes and coins. It is a scarce resource that we use to access a whole lot of different and important things, like shelter, sustenance, material goods, status, influence, future security, to help others, opportunities, escapism, and self-esteem, to name a few. How we spend our money, therefore, is an expression of what we value and therefore prioritise.
Usually when couples disagree about money, they're really expressing differences about the underlying values of what their money should be used for. If we leave our disagreements at the money level, we end up arguing about how much money to spend on what, without ever really understanding the real point of difference between us, that we have different values and therefore different priorities that this use of money represents. If we never have that discussion to understand and align our values, then the money argument almost never ends well for us, which is why it surfaces over and over as a source of tension.
We had a long disagreement over how much we should spend on a dining room table in our new home. We would go shopping and again come home having had an argument and with no table. We had an empty dining room with no table for over 2 years. We made no progress until we eventually stopped talking about the price tag and started talking about what was the underlying values that were leading us to our different preferences on that price tag. And we found we had different values for how we wanted the room to function in our lives. Byron wanted an orderly, elegant space that we could welcome guests to. I wanted a space that was comfortable and wouldn't lead us to be excluding the children because we were worrying about the furniture getting damaged. It's no surprise that while our values were differed, there was good in both. When we started to talk about the type of table that respected both of those values, we quickly found something we both loved and met our values and cost an appropriate amount.
And no one compromised. We moved the discussion to one of a shared objective, built on a mutual understanding and respect. And the money problem somehow just became simpler. We found unity in something that was dividing us and has been able to use that space for many years, for meetings, for family, and for our ministry. When it comes to money, it is hard. There's never enough to do everything we want with it. The first step, though, is to understand each other's values on whatever the topic is and where they differ, and they almost always will at some level, and then work to find common ground and expressions that respect each other's values, and then talk about the financial decision. It's a much more productive way to deal with money matters, and it's what God wants us to do, is to use our money for the benefit of our relationship and for those around us.